Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for the September update from Radiance. We have got a bunch of announcements again. It's another packed month. It's another expensive month. Let's dive in and have a look at the titles that have been announced. First up, we have Golfos, if I'm saying that right. This is a group of poor youths tear around Madrid pulling scams and petty crimes, as one of their gang prepares to perform a serious bullfighting competition. They plan a heist that will raise the money to finance his entry. Breaking with tradition by filming in the streets and utilising documentary techniques to give the film an urgent resonance, Carlos Soera and producer Per Portabella were announced as powerful new force in Spanish cinema. When the film was nominated for the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, this new restoration reinstates previously removed footage and presents the film as originally intended. So it's restored in 4K, a new restoration in 2024. We've got an introduction by the author and former director of Filmoteca Catalunya, Estevez Riambu, interview with filmmaker and curator Eshan Kushbacht. Censored scenes affected by censorship are presented alongside notes from the censorship committee. That could be quite an interesting extra. Two early short films by Saura, La Lamada, about a soldier leaving for war, and Le Tarda del Domingo, about an oppressed live-in maid. Reversible sleeve and a limited edition booklet. And of course, if you buy any of their 3 September releases, you can get 10% off. Next up, we have The Betrayal by Tokuzo Tanaka. To protect his clan, an honourable samurai takes the blame for a murder committed by one of his fellows. He is promised a safe return after 1 year in exile, but this vow is broken and he becomes a fugitive chased by his own clansmen. Disillusioned by the Bushido Code of Honour, he realises there is only 2 ways out: vengeance or death. From director Tokuzo Tanaka, a former assistant to Akira Kurosawa, this cruel jidaigeki stands alongside such notable works in the genre as Harakiri and Sword of Doom, with its classic mix of honour codes and samurai action. Beautifully filmed in black and white scope with thrilling set pieces, The Betrayal features one of the most breathtaking finales of samurai cinema. Now, putting it up there with Harakiri, which I utterly adore, and Sword of Doom is huge praise. That makes me a little bit more excited about this one. I'll be cautious, but I'm looking forward to it. High definition digital transfer, uncompressed mono PCM audio, selected scene commentary by Tom Mez, visual essay by film critic Philip Kemp, comparing The Betrayal with the original Orochi the Serpent, visual essay on the director by Tom Mez, English subtitle translation, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and limited to 3,000 copies. Next, we have In My Skin, which is another UHD and Blu-ray limited edition. One night at a house party, Parisian marketing professional Esther hurts her leg on some industrial supplies. Alone when this happens, she doesn't even realise she's been hurt. The lack of pain fascinates her. While her life starts to take shape, an exciting promotion at work and new plans with boyfriend Vincent, Esther becomes obsessed with thoughts of self-mutilation. A nuanced body horror filled with eye-catching and innovative set pieces, writer-director Marina Devan's landmark debut feature formed part of the new French extremity movement. It's a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative by Severin. It's a 4K UHD Dolby Vision HDR and Blu-ray presentation of the feature, 5.1 DTS HD master audio. We've got a new commentary by the director, a new interview from the director, a new interview with the cinematographer, new interview with acting coach, a new interview with a critic, new visual essay by Valeria Villegas Lindval, 2 short student films by the director, trailer, still as gallery, English subtitle translation, reversible sleeve, limited edition booklet, and it's limited to 3,000 copies. Sounds interesting. French extreme films are something exceptional. I have seen a bulk of them, but there's been a recent announcement of a couple that I haven't seen, and this is one of them that I'm kind of interested in. And of course, they have a Blu-ray only copy as well. Well done keeping the Blu-ray and UHD editions together, because I kind of love that. I love that they're a choice for people as well who aren't into 4K. And it is a kind of interesting announcement. I checked the trailer for this one and it looks particularly excellent. But the pick of the bunch for me is the World Noir Volume 4. Now, I'm patiently waiting on World Noir Volume 3 to arrive at my door so I can dive into these films. Already we have the 4th volume announced. Well, the United States can indisputably lay claim to being the birthplace of film noir. Arguably, France and French cinema is almost as important to the development of the genre. The term film noir, literally dark film, was first applied in the Hollywood crime movies of the 40s and 50s by French critic Nino Frank, who is believed to have been inspired by the French publishing imprint Série Noire. When published, translated editions of American hard-boiled fiction to great commercial success. It was the French who would popularise the use of the term and in turn create a genre framework that has become so important and influential to the history of cinema. Arguably, the story of noir is one of cinema of France and the USA in conversation with one another, and presented in this set are 3 classic French noirs from the 50s and 60s that clearly take their inspiration from the golden age of Hollywood noir. We have Henry Decoyne's Schnoof, Eduardo Molinaro's Back Against the Wall, and Marcel Bluval's Paris Pickup. Schnoof, if I'm saying that correct, Henry is brought in the following successful stint in the US to head up operations by a gang boss, Liskey. Tasked with increasing sales and reforming the drug distribution network, he unpicks every aspect of the business, but pushers don't want to change and the cops run his tail. From the creator of Rufifi, Augusto Lebreton, and brought to the screen by Henry Decoyne, the influence of American noir is given the French translation as we see then nascent drugs trade depicted in remarkable detail. Out of the inky shadows, scenery-chewing support is given by a rich cast of wonderful character actors. Sounds interesting. Back to the wall, Jacques, a rich industrialist, sneaks around an apartment where he bundles up and disposes of a dead body. His troubles started 3 months ago. His wife, Gloria, was having an affair. To get his revenge, he sends Gloria anonymous letters in a scheme to turn her against her lover, a scheme that leads to murder. Ingeniously plotted, this methodical noir by Edouard Molinaro bathes in atmospheric chiaroscuro, while its pulpy thrills, adapted from the novel by Frédéric Dard, keeps the audiences guessing until the final moments. Starring Jeanne Moreau as an adulterous wife, this twisty noir is made available in the UK for the first time. I love The Witness in the City. I love Jeanne Moreau. This sounds like a really interesting, twisty, turny kind of film. Excited to get to that one. Recently released ex-convict Robert Herbin meets Martha, a beautiful Italian woman and her daughter. They share some flirtatious glances, and then she invites him back to her home where they discover her husband's dead body. Unable to bear witness to a crime due to his parole, Robert flees. Guilty about her situation, Robert stays close to where he discovers the body has inexplicably disappeared. With his tender depiction of character and relationships, director Marcel Bluval engineers gripping tension with the expertise of Hitchcock and Clouseau, adapted from the novel by celebrated crime writer Frédéric Dard. Paris Pickup is released for the first time outside of France. It's a 2K restoration of each film, uncompressed mono PCM audio for all films, new improved optional English subtitles for all films, newly designed artwork, an 80-page booklet, and it's limited to 3,000 copies. In Chinoof, there is an audio commentary by Nick Pinkerton, archival interview with Henry Decoyne on Jean Gabin, and a new visual essay on the film. Back to the Wall has a new audio commentary by Daniel Kramer, archival retrospective interview, and a trailer. Paris Pickup has a new audio commentary by Tim Lucas, archival interview with the director Marcel Bluval, archival behind-the-scenes report on Paris Pickup, archival interview with actor Robert Hossein and writer Frédéric Dard about their play, Inspector Leclerc Investigates, The Grey Jackets, episodes of 1962 TV crime serial directed by Marcel Bluval. This isn't the first time that Radiance have included an episode of TV in one of their packages. I really like it. It's an interesting addition. It's something new and rather different. I think we'll agree it's another absolutely packed month. My opinion is yes to pretty much all of them. I am interested in The Betrayal. In My Skin is probably going to be one of those films that just creeps me out and keeps me fascinated. World Noir 4 is where it's at for me. I have been loving these sets so far. This is a kind of change of pace, as they are all French films this time around. I'm willing to go with that because some of the best films from these sets have been French so far as well. I'd love to know what you think of these announcements. Is there any titles that jump out at you, things that you go, I need to get that, that's a movie for me? Or if you've seen any of the films, let me know in the comment box below. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.